Everyone, including teachers, parents and the community, should be involved in school management. The key to making COGES work is democratic elections. The process by which everyone in the community votes to elect representatives to the parent association who will play a central role in school management promotes interest in school management among not only those who are elected, but also those who vote. This leads to the involvement of community residents in building schools tailored to local needs. Democratic elections are the first step to creating the opportunity to enhance education. Hello everyone, my name is Ibrahim. I am a principal of a school in Tawa, Niger. At my school, people in the community work together on various activities to improve the school. People in the community used to think that schools belonged to the national government and never took any initiative to participate in school management. However, after democratic elections were introduced, in which everyone elected parent association board members, their perception of schools has changed. Involved in the process of selecting their representatives, everyone began to have more interest in school management. Let's take a look at how a democratic election should be carried out so that it will promote community participation in school management. In order to facilitate the democratic electoral process, it is very important that you speak with the village mayor, religious leaders, and former parent association board members before holding an election. They have enormous influence over local residents. You won't be able to conduct a successful democratic election unless they understand how it works and how important it is. Now, let's take a look at an example of how they should be approached.
mai gari tun ɗazu dai ina taimako bayani bisa ga harkar zaben ƙungiyar OEM makaranta. A takaice, mu ma nan gaba ina son inda za mu kawatan ƙungiya mu bi ta hanyar zaɓe. Da haka nan ne nake son ku kama mini goyon bayan ku mu samu mu tsara wannan zaɓe da za a yi.
Dakata dikatar ga matsayina na hakimin garin Hunkuyi Gabas. Kullum ni ka kulawa da duk abin da ya ci gaban gari. Hadda zancen makaranta. Ba ta yiwa a ce za a kawo wani wata ƙungiya cikin garin ga. Ko da ni hakimi ba zan sa hannu na ciki ba. Ban hayar da ba.
Magari ina son ku gane shi wannan tsari na girka kwamiti mai kula da ta yi harkar lakol da an kace sai ai zaɓen ɗan ƙungiya ta uwa 'yan makaranta tsari na wanda ya samu asali daga gwamnati musamman ma ministar mai kula da ƙananan makaranta ya yi takarda ga ta turo muna ta wannan tsari.
Haka na diktar ko da waje kuce gwamnati na yace haka gwamnati yace ai kaza ni ga matsayina na hakimi ban yarda ba. Ba ta yiwa a ce za a yi zaben wata kungiya cikin garin ga idan a maida ne dabra ban yarda ba.
To mai gari ba hakan na ba ai haƙuri abin da muke son ku gane mu muna wata cikin wannan tsarin an kai shi da matsayinku na uban gari za ku samu babban matsayi cikin wannan tsarin.
Matsayi mai muhimmanci?
Kwarai ko, saboda kun san shi wannan kwamiti mai kula da taya da haraka lakwal. Ƙungiya ce wadda ta kumshi wakilai na mushannin lakwal da wakilai na uwaye. Shi ko haraka ta lakwal kun san da akwai matsaloli da yawa. Kenan in an ka girka wannan kwamiti, kenan muna fata ku za ku zame musu babban mai ba su shawara kuma lokaci zuwa lokaci in abun ga kuna bai su sau da kawa don su da aikin su yadda ya kamata.
Aha, yanzu ne ji batu.
Haba diktar, wani irin zaɓe za a yi bayan an zaɓi ƙungiyar uwayen yara? In dai babu ya ƙasa zaɓen nan ba a iya barin shi.
To president, haka nan ne tun bana ba a taɓa yin zaɓe ba in za a girka ƙungiyar uwayen 'yan makaranta. Musamman ma shi ke sa ana samun matsala da yawa. Shi yasa ko aiki aka yi in an kire jama'a mutane yan kalilan na ta wurin wannan aiki abin da sake nan.
Dan haka nan na kuka son a yi zaɓe.
Ƙwarai ko hakimi saboda in jama'a ta zaɓi wakilanta kenan wakilan nan in sun kire jama'a ga aiki sai iske jama'a ta hito da bubuta ta kama ai wannan aiki.
Yanzu duk shekarun da ni ina aiki ina ba da kaina ga lakwal yau a waye a ce ban yi komi ba kai zaɓen nan in dai babu 'yan ƙasa a bar shi.
To Hamisu tun da haka nan na me ke hana maka ka aji takararka cikin wannan al'amari musamman ma takararka ta mukamin shugaban kungiya. Kuma ina son ka gane shi wannan tsari na harkar kwamiti mai kula da ta harkar lakwal kungiyar uwa 'yan makaranta tana da wakili guda 3 ciki. In ka shigo cikin wannan tsarin kenan jama'a za su aiki da kwarewarka da fasahaka da iyaka cikin wannan al'amari.
President, don mine zaben nan ba a gwada shi a gani domin ci gaban ɗiyanmu, ci gaban lakwalkinmu, ci gaban garinmu kuma jama'a da yawa za su kawo wa goyon baya domin bunƙasa makarantarmu. Bayan wannan ba mu san an yi zaɓe mu san alherin da zai zakwa cikin gari.
To tun da haka ne na yarda a ta aiki.
To madalla jama'a na gode kwarai kenan sai a kama.
It is often difficult to gain an understanding about democratic elections from people who are accustomed to following the traditional ways of doing things. In such a case, try to patiently convince them while respecting their positions. They will eventually come around and realize that democratic elections are for the benefit of the children and the community. The first community meeting is an important opportunity to gain community understanding about the Parents' Association's role and the importance of democratic elections. Anybody can participate in the meeting. Try to schedule it for a day and a time when most people, especially women, can attend. During the meeting, the principals should first ask the participants what kinds of activities the parents can do for their children and what activities they have carried out in the past. This will help them understand the role of the Parents' Association. The Parents' Association has been engaged in a wide variety of activities, including helping with student recruitment, raising awareness about education for girls, and developing school infrastructure. Most of you probably are not aware of the roles the Parents' Association plays and don't get involved in its activities. Why is that? Let's look at why.
Jama'a assalamu alaikum. Na farko dai ina son mu yi nazari mu yi lissahi mu gani menene ya hana ma ƙungiyar uwayen 'yan makarantar da muka aza ta aikanta kamar yadda muka tsara su.
Ina da magana farshada wanda muka saba ba shi cika aiki ne shi dai na kai aiki ne bai shawara da kowa ga shi.
Hakanan na Malam Muhammadu. Wadda kace haka nan na mutane waɗanda muka zaɓa mu yi aiki da su ba su da kuzari.
To ni ku dakanta in faɗa muku daga ranar ga ta yau ni ɗauka ta na an kai zaɓe rana an kai cikin mutane ba kai na nan ɗauka nisa ba. Ba mu da kayan aiki kuma an mun ce mutane su ba mu tattare wato mu tai da aiki daidai kuma ba su basuwa. To sai kaka abin da yasa mutane ba su ba da kuɗinsu kuɗin da aka ba su a na tattare ba san inda suka sa su ba.
Well, they seem to be having a big argument here. The biggest problem here is that there is no relationship of trust between the Parents' Association board members and the community. That's why democratic elections are so vital. By electing people they really trust, the community residents will have more of an interest in the Parents' Association activities. And those who have been elected will work hard to meet the expectations of the community. You have to explain this clearly at the community meeting. In a democratic election, votes are cast in secret so that no one will know who voted for who. This allows the community residents to freely choose people who will serve the school. The Parents' Association Board is made up of 8 members who are democratically elected, including the President, who leads the association, a Secretary who manages operations, a Treasurer who manages financial affairs, a Planning Manager who is in charge of setting up meetings and events, a Public Relations Manager who is responsible for PR activities, a Girls' Enrolment Manager who promotes the enrollment of female students, a School Partner Manager who acts as a liaison for relevant organizations outside the area, and an advisor who supports other board members in carrying out activities. Other supporting members may be selected by ballot, depending on specific local needs. Once elected, Parents' Association board members must act responsibly and meet community expectations. The segment you are about to watch is about some people who are not qualified to be Parents' Association board members.
Jama'a salamu alaikum. Insha Allah zamana tahe za mu tattauna bisa zancen nan da mun kai na kewaye katanga lakwalkinmu. Ya ku gani idan mun tsira ranar asibiti.
Lalle ranar asibiti tana da kyau. Amma ni wata hiya zani, in na tashi kuma kwatanu zani. In na ta sai na yi wata uku zani don bani da dama.
Balle ni ƙarshen bakwai ya mai zani, amma ba ta da wuya. In abin nan da zani samowa ya mai in nan kwamitin kuna lakwal shi na bani shi, babu matsala sai in wasa ta hiya in yi zamana. Ya kan gana ni gani.
First of all, I want you to know that all of the Parents' Association's activities are volunteer activities. Being able to devote sufficient time to association activities is also a prerequisite for Parents' Association board members. Now, let's take a look at the next example of someone who is not qualified to be a Parents' Association board member.
Jama'a assalamu alaikum. Za mu fara rina ki da ta kawo mu. Amma kan dinnan zan ba magatakarda Abdullahi ya karanta muna abin da muka gani zama mu na ƙarshe.
Bina na wani taro da muka da ƙarshe. Wace takarda? In ba mance ba ayi zancen a sai takardu ayi aiki. Hamisu ko ka iya tuna mana abin da an ka ce ran nan?
Wani yaushe?
No.
The secretary, who is responsible for managing the Parents' Association's operations, must have the necessary clerical skills to prepare and manage meeting minutes and other documents, the ability to get a clear grasp of what's discussed at meetings, and, of course, the ability to read and write. Now, let's take a look at the last example of someone who is not qualified to be a Parents' Association board member.
Jama'a assalamu alaikum. Za mu samu mu tattara kuɗin da mun ka tsaida na yin ruwa. Kun san an tsaida duk magidaci ya bada dala 80. Wanda Allah ya zo nashi ga turozure zamane sai ya zaka ya bashi.
Hayya.
Hiya, hiya, hiya.
The treasurer spent the money she collected from everybody to buy dates and Chinese tea. What do you think? You can see now that the treasurer must be someone who is honest, because he or she handles the precious funds entrusted by the community residents. I have talked about the qualifications of Parents Association board members. At the community meeting, be sure to explain what qualifications are needed to be Parents Association board members. You don't want anybody who is not qualified to become a candidate. The Parents Association board members who have been democratically elected then cast their votes to select 3 members to become COGES members. COGES is made up of 1 principal, 1 teacher representative, 3 representatives from the Parents Association, and 1 representative from the Mothers Association. As you can see from the organization makeup, the Parents Association plays a central role in the operation of COGES. Now, let's review what we know about COGES. COGES was first introduced to 240 pilot schools in 2002 as a key strategy under the Nigerian government's 10-year plan for educational development, PDDE. Today, implementing COGES is mandatory at all elementary schools in Niger. The centralized school management system before the introduction of COGES was rife with problems. School supplies and textbooks were not properly managed, and teachers were given inadequate support. Worst of all, there was no community involvement in school management. So the government decided to introduce COGES in order to delegate school management to an organization made up of local community and teacher representatives. The main role of COGES is to develop a school action plan every year. COGES also administers various activities, including proper management of school supplies and textbooks, improvement and development of school infrastructure and environment, as well as the monitoring of teacher and student attendance. The Parents Association provides the resources necessary for implementing school action plans and carries out various activities. COGES is made up of 6 members. The most important members are the chairperson, secretary, and treasurer. These 3 are selected by 6 COGES members by way of a secret ballot. 3 Parents Association board members are democratically elected to serve as COGES members. The democratic election is an extremely important process for selecting the people who will play a central role in school management. The election must be discussed at community meetings in order to encourage as many people as possible to participate. Now, let's talk about what you have to do before having a democratic election. At the first community meeting, solicit volunteers from those attending and appoint 3 or 4 people to serve on the election management committee. They are going to work on preparing for the election. You will need a ballot box, a sufficient number of ballots corresponding to the number of voters, and partitioned voting stations. The principal will assist the election management committee by giving instructions on how to make the necessary equipment and provide materials in order to facilitate the process.
Jama'a assalamu alaikum. Kamar yadda kuka sani yanzu abin da ya rage gare mu zaɓe. Ranar Juma'a mai zawa ayo sallar la'asar da maza da mata kowa ya hallara nan lakwal mu zaɓi wannan ƙungiya ta oyan ɗaya saboda mahimmancin zaɓen. Fireman zaɓe yana da mahimmanci sosai da sosai ya kamata kowa da kowa ya zo mu wannan zaɓe. Na gode.
Finally, decide the date, time and venue for the election and ask the community residents to participate in the election. Pick a day when most people, especially women, can participate. It's the day of the second community meeting, Election Day. The school principal is responsible for supervising the election to make sure that it goes off without a hitch. Now, let's take a look at how the election is carried out. When it is time to open the meeting, the Election Management Committee registers voters. The committee members make a list that includes the names of all voters.
To, jama'a gashi Allah kamu ranar zaben. Masu takara ta shugabancin wannan kungiya ta uwayen ɗaya ca da president su ɗaga hannuwansu.
Candidacy for the Parents Association Board is filed on the day of the election. Once all the candidates have proclaimed their candidacy, the Election Management Committee makes a list of candidates and the committee chair reads the names on the list. This is followed by a speech by each candidate stating their reasons for running for the respective board position.
Yau na aza takara ta neman shugabancin kungiya ta uwaye yara ƴan lakwal. Babban guri na shine ɗiyan gari su samu zuwa wurin lakwal, musamman ma yara ɗiya mata, domin bunƙasa da ci gaban garinmu.
Each candidate shows the color of his or her ballot at the end of his or her speech. Voters remember the color of the candidate they are going to vote for. Then the actual voting takes place. Each voter receives different colored ballots that correspond to the candidates. The voter then goes to the partitioned voting station and puts the ballot of the candidate they want to vote for in an envelope. The voter then puts the envelope in a ballot box placed in front of the Election Management Committee to complete voting. The recording secretary of the Election Management Committee checks off the name of the voter on the list of voters, indicating that he or she has cast his or her ballot. Votes are counted and the results are announced in front of all the participants. The Election Management Committee members open the envelopes containing the ballots and count the ballots for each candidate. The Election Management Committee announces the results and introduces those who have been elected. The new president gives a speech representing the other officers who have also been elected.
Jama'a ina bukata ku taru da fifi ku bani goyon baya domin mu yi aiki tare mu samu wannan lakwalta mu ta bunƙasa domin ci gaban garinmu. Na gode muku.
At the end of the meeting, the Election Management Committee signs the meeting minutes after the names of all who have been elected are entered. Now you know how important democratic elections are for promoting community participation in school management. Please let everyone in your community know about the importance of holding democratic elections once you have completed your training and return home. Lead them in successfully implementing democratic elections. Then you can turn your school into a school for all that will be loved by all.